Welcome to our Let's Learn channel. Today we are going to see about sound. In this case, first we have to know about what is meant by wave motion. Generally, wave motion is nothing but a mode of transmission of energy through a medium in the form of a disturbance. So, it is due to the repeated periodic motion of the particles of the medium about an equilibrium position, transferring the energy from one particle to the another particle. So, in this case, in order to understand the concepts of wave motion, the definition is nothing but wave motion is a form of disturbance which travels through a medium due to the repeated periodic motion of the particles of the medium about their mean position. So, the mean position is transferred continuously from one particle to its neighboring particles. So, this is a definition for that. So, in this case, we can say one example, a circular wave formation in a water. When you drop a stone in the trough of a water, we can observe some small circular waves, right? Which means the stone touches the surface of water, we can observe some circular waves. So, which is nothing but say there some disturbance occurs. So, the waves are formed due to the vibratory motion of the water particles, or generally we can say vibrating motion of the particles about their main position. So this is a very basic concept to understand the wave motion. So in this case, we have to remember that what is meant by medium, that the medium is nothing but the matter of substance through which is sound is transmitted is called medium. Here we can say that is nothing but sound or waves we can consider. So it can be maybe a solid or liquid or gas, whatever it is. So next. So here we can see the two types of waves, electromagnetic waves and mechanical waves. In this case, best examples for electromagnetic waves are light waves, infrared rays and UV, etc. In mechanical waves, we can say simply longitudinal waves and transverse waves. Actually, the longitudinal waves is nothing but a wave. Here we can say the wave propagated in a medium in the form of compression or rarefaction. So before that, we should know that the definition. So which is nothing but if the particles of a medium vibrate in a direction parallel to or along the direction of propagation of wave, which is nothing but the longitudinal waves. So that we are taking the example sound waves. So next, transverse waves is nothing but example is water waves. Its definition is nothing but the if the particles of a medium vibrate in a direction perpendicular to the direction of propagation, the wave is nothing but transverse wave. So a best example, as I told, water waves. So next, longitudinal waves. Actually, longitudinal waves is nothing but where the particles of a medium vibrate in a direction parallel to or along the direction of propagation wave is nothing but longitudinal waves. So here we can observe this is the direction of vibration of the particles, and through this here we can see this is the direction of the propagation. So both are parallel. So which is nothing but a longitudinal waves. Here for example we can say that the sound waves. So here we are using an example for a tuning fork. So here in this tuning fork we can observe compression and refraction. In this case, we can also say that the longitudinal wave propagates in a medium in the form of compression and rarefaction as shown here. So compression is nothing but we can say the area with maximum pressure. So here pressure is very high. So in rarefaction, we can say easily that the area with minimum pressure. That's what it is. Some more space we can observe there. So which is nothing but longitudinal waves, and this is the basic for this. So in longitudinal waves we can say it can travel through solids, liquids and gases. So these are all the very basics we should remember always. In longitudinal waves, the particles of the medium vibrate in a direction which is parallel to the direction of the propagation. So this is the basic. Next, so here in this case, transverse waves. Crest and trough is a basic concept. So before that, we'll learn the definition for this. If the particles of a medium vibrate in a direction perpendicular to the direction of propagation, the wave is nothing but transverse waves. So for example, it is a water waves also we can consider. An easy thing we can say means just stretch a rope with the one end fixed and hold the another end firmly. If you jerk your hand up and down, we can observe some up and down movements on a rope and forming some transverse waves. So this is a very basic example. Also, we can try it easily. In this case, the transverse waves propagate in a medium in the form of, that is nothing but crest and trough. So in this case, the crest is nothing but the maximum displacement along the up direction, which means upward. And in trough is nothing but the maximum displacement along the downward direction. Here in a downward, we can say. So here we can easily say that the what is meant by crest and trough. So here we are considering one wave. So here it is a displacement and here it is nothing but the time. So through these cases, we can easily differentiate that what is meant by longitudinal waves and transverse waves. Actually, longitudinal waves is nothing but the particles of the medium vibrate in a direction which is parallel to the direction of the propagation. In the case of transverse waves, we can say the particles of the medium vibrate in direction which is perpendicular to the direction of propagation. In the case of longitudinal waves, we can observe compressions and rarefactions. In the case of transverse waves, we can say the crests and troughs are forming. So, in transverse waves, it can travel through solids and surfaces of liquid. But in longitudinal waves, it can travel through solids, liquids and gases. So that the longitudinal waves is the best example we can say means sound wave. So in a transverse wave means water waves. So these are all the very basic concept. So we should remember always. Thank you. Thank you for your attention. Kindly subscribe and like and share and comment.